Hey guys, it's Kip here from KDC Marketing, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create this multicolor gradient inside of Figma and do a couple of different examples for this. So I'm going to start with a frame. So I'm just going to press the F key. I'm going to find one for Instagram post, and then I'm going to just leave it this size for now, even though it's a different size than these. And the way that I created this gradient on this kind of background behind the Black Friday bundle is I went to the draw field and I picked a brush stroke. I think it was something like this. Could be a different brush stroke, I'm not sure. I just increased the size here and then I just drew a brush stroke across kind of like that, and then went back to my select tool, and then I put this brush stroke here, this vector, into the Instagram post like that, and then I put in the gradient. So here on the color size, we can go to a gradient right here, and we can start to add a linear gradient. So what I wanted to do was use these same colors from the Figma logo inside of the gradient there. So I just clicked on the eyedropper tool and put in the first color, which I think was this one here. And then you can actually add more colors into your gradient by pressing this plus sign. So I just went and did the next color from the logo and then followed down the same path. So I went like this and then did the purple, then the blue, and then the green. So we have blue here. So I'm just using the eyedropper tool. And now you can kind of see, so this one it dropped, I got to drop this one down. So I'll just change this one back to the blue. But then you can kind of see how it created this Figma logo color gradient here for me. And then you can drag these to different places to change where your gradient is. So if you want a gradient that has multiple colors in it like this, then you can just drag these back. You can also do it here on this. It might be easier to do it here. You can kind of see what this gradient is starting to look like now that I have this all set up here. So that's how I created that kind of background look. And then you could obviously increase the size of this. You could shrink it down. I think we can change the brush type so we can find one that we really like. I can't remember the exact one that I use. I probably could just click on this and find out. So this was the brush I used for this one. So maybe we can find that same one. Um, Maybe something along those lines, but you can change the brush stroke that you have and you can get a really cool gradient. And so the main thing I want to show is just that you can add multiple colors in your gradient. I'm going to do one other gradient here, which is the full background. So I'm just going to click the F key again, do Instagram posts, and I want to make this background here a gradient. So I'm going to go to gradient. I'm going to change the direction of this to be diagonal. So I'm just going to click these squares over here, drag this over if I can grab it right there to there. And then I'm going to start with, I like this green color. So I'm going to start with this green color from the Figma logo. And I'm going to start with this color from the red. I'm going to kind of create a custom gradient here. So I'm going to start on the red, give it a few colors in between. And you can see that it's putting colors in between my red and my green. So whenever I do a new color, it's kind of doing those colors for me. So that's one way to do it too. If you'd rather just have it kind of be a custom gradient, then you can do it that way. And you can change these colors too if you think you want blue instead. And then this one, you want it to be another color, like a yellow. And then this one could be another color. Maybe it's more of an orange. So you can create a custom gradient like this or whatever gradient type you want. And of course, there's other gradient types. There's radial, angular, diamond, and you can have to play around with these as well. But for linear, you can do these really cool custom colors. Now, I don't really like the way this one turned out. It looks really gross to me, the way that this gradient is. So I could go back to my Figma one here and just kind of rebuild this myself. And it's going to look a lot better, more coordinated, and um, more consistent because of the color palette that Figma has. So that's how you could do it as like a really cool background versus just one element here inside of the bundle. And that's how I was able to create this multi-color gradient. Now that I've been doing these multi-color gradients, I like to do them more often and I can get more creative with my gradients, and I can change these around to really get the gradient I want, and just trying to kind of test different things. And I could always add in a new color between purple and red, and I could add in a new color between the purple and blue by doing this. So you can add even more colors into your gradient here to get it more sophisticated. So now there's one of another color in between, so you might be able to have it flow a little bit better here based on how you want to do it. So that's what I have for today's video, just showing you how you can use gradients in your Figma designs and getting way more colors out of it and staying on a palette. If you have a palette like this Figma logo, or if you have a unique gradient you want to do, then it can be a great way to elevate your designs a bit and improve the overall look and feel of what you're going for. So that's what I have for today, and I will see you in the next video.